All right, well, we'll go ahead and start, and maybe these other people will join us. So today we are going to look at a style called Tientos. So the warm-up I will do will really focus on the ways that we need to move for Tientos. So some of it will be similar for those of you that have taken class with me before, but we'll emphasize a little bit of the movement qualities for Tientos. So you can go ahead and start with your feet together. Let me get some music on. Alright, take a nice long breath up. Reach your arms overhead. Exhale, arms descend. And again, take a nice long breath up. Exhale, arms descend. Take your chin to your chest. And roll all the way over. Heavy head, long in the back of your neck. Bend your knees all the way down. Hug your shins. Send the tailbone to the floor. Tuck the chin. And straighten your legs. Once again, bend your knees all the way down. Hug your shins. Straighten your legs, long in the back of your neck. With a little bend in your knees, roll up slowly, deepening through your belly, deepen through the ribs, deepen through the chest, all the way up, and gently circle the head, keeping length in the neck. And reverse the direction. Encourage length in your belly, long in your side ribs. And take your head center. Gently turn to look over your left shoulder and to your right. And keep going side to side, encouraging smoothness in the back of the neck. And take the head center, come to a wide parallel, lift your right arm overhead, lift up and over, and let the arm finish the circle, come up, other side, lengthen the left arm up to the ceiling, reaching out of the pelvis so the pelvis stays level, the arm continues the circle, and come to center, one more time each side, up and over. And last time, other side. Place your hands on your hips and with long legs, fold slightly forward at the hips and circle the pelvis. That's it. Keep length in the side ribs. Find a roundness and a smoothness to this motion. And reverse the direction. That's it. And now with your knees slightly bent, we're going to scoop our pelvis down and forward. Center and lengthen and back. Center, down and forward. Center, down and back. Center, and now moving forward to backward as smooth as you can, keeping length. Forward one last time, and take the pelvis to center. Lift the left side and come to center. Right side, center, and now side to side. One smooth motion, like a boat rocking back and forth. Sit. And now a full circle, so side, forward, side, and back. Make sure you keep a little bend in the knees. And reverse the direction. That's it. And come back to point our ribs to the right and then to the left, side to side. And then one smooth motion to one side and then to the other. That's it. And now take your ribs forward, open your ribs as if you were opening a door forward, and then send them back and forwards and backwards. Forwards, close the ribs, move them into the back space. And one last time. And now in a full circle, so forward, side, back, side. That's it. So tientos, the style we'll be looking at today, is very round, both in the hips and in the movements of the torso. Go ahead and reverse this circle. Make this as smooth as you can. That's it. And come back to center, feet together. Take your right foot in front of you and gently circle the ankle. Keep a broadness across the front of your shoulders. Keep growing tall out of the support of the floor. And reverse the circle. And switch to the other foot. Gently circling. Feel your head suspended at the top of your spine. And reverse the circle. That's it. And bring the feet to hip width apart. Take the shoulders up, around, back, and down. Elbows up, around, back, and down. And through the fingers. Shoulders, elbows, and long fingers, hips. Shoulders, elbows, and long fingers. Encourage a smooth, light quality in your shoulders. We don't want to strain our shoulders. One last time. Up and back. Roll each shoulder out, one and then the other. That's it. Come to the feet together. So as I talked about last week, I believe, a lot of flamenco is about our connection through the floor. So I'm not just standing on top of the floor and sitting on top of the floor, but I really want to think about pressing in and beyond the floor, and as if the floor came up to meet my foot. So they're pressing into one another. So to work on that, take your right foot in front of you, bend the knee, and take your weight into the foot, toe ball heel. Press through the leg. See if you could jig your leg in deeper into the ground. Switch to the other side. Left foot. Feel your toes spread in your shoe. You can also push off the floor there. And switching side to side. Right foot and left foot. Be aware of how your foot catches your weight. That's it. Good. And we're going to do this side to side a little bit now as well. So really think about pressing through your big toe and the first toe. And a little bend in the left leg if you're mirroring me. This on the side. Press into the foot. Feel the leg catch your weight. And other side. Make sure your knee stays in line with the foot. That's it. And bring the legs together. Take our arms overhead, nice and round. So unlike last week, where we really focused on these linear shapes in flamenco, today we're going to be a little bit rounder. So make sure those elbows are a little bit lengthened. Carve the right arm down the side and up the center, making sure there's space between you and your hands. Left arm down the side and lengthen up, down the side, and up. Real long through your center, especially as you bring the arm up, down the side, up, and down the side. One more time. Be clear with the arcs that you're drawing in space with your fingertips. And reverse the direction. Arm lowers down the center and up the side. Elbow leads. Down the center. Up the side. Down the center. Keep your chin lifted, shoulders broad. Feel your pinky carve down, elbow lifts as the arm rises. Pinky carves. And up. Take your arms to face out and then gently draw the arms down the sides. And you can roll your shoulders out. Take your right wrist in your left hand overhead and gently stretch up and over to your left. And you can pull just a little bit on that right wrist, stretching the upper ribs. Switch the hands up and over to the other side. Really feeling a stretch on the upper rib cage. One more time each side. And last time. Then you can open your arms back and down. Take your right foot in front of you, two long legs. I have all my weight on the back leg. Take your weight over both legs. Feel your toes spread in your shoes, long through your center. Weight comes all the way forward. Keep the vertical length in the torso. Center, back, and switch to the other foot. Left foot forward. Feel the transfer of weight over both feet. All the way forward, lengthening up. Center, back, and switch. Keep going, one side and then the other. As smooth as possible in these motions. That's it. And one last time. All the way forward, backwards, and switch. We're going to add our arms to this now. So I have my arms overhead. As I come forward, opposite arm carves down. As I move backwards, the arm comes up. Switch to the other side. Arm down the side. Weight comes forward over the front foot. Arm comes up the center. And switch. Right arm down the side. Weight comes forward. Center. And switch. Other side. And up. And switch. Now take the arm down the center as your weight comes forward and up the side as you transfer your weight backwards. Other side. Keep your chin lifted. That's it. Keep those arms nice and round. Oh, you got a dog barking. Keep going. Other side. That's it. Feel the roundness of your arms. And you can come back to center and take both arms down the side, nice and round. Place your hands on your hips. I'm going to open my left leg to the left, and I have a little bend in my knees, in both knees, and slightly turn out the leg and come in. And bend the knee and come in and step out to the side and in and out and in. I'll do this facing the other way. Out and come in and out and in and out and in and out and in. We're going to add some arms to this. So keeping these round arms, just like we stretched our upper ribs, I'm going to add that to the legs. So I reach up and over this nice arc across my left side and in and up. Up and over the other side. In and up and over. In and up. Be clear about this arc. In and up. That's it. So with the bend in the knees and the arc, this is a very round, soft step, I think. Up and over. Keep space under this armpit. Up. As much volume as you can underneath the arm here. In and up. Over and up, and you can take the arms down the side. So one tool as you're beginning to learn flamenco, and even for those of you that have more experience, is to look not just at the shape my arms or my body is making, or whoever you're taking class from, but the space around them. So how are they shaping the space? So in this position, because my legs are further apart, I have this space here, space underneath my arm, carving over this arc line of my body, and then everything comes up into vertical. And other side, up and over, and in and up. Keep going on your own time. Is the weight equal on the feet when you bend the knees? I would say it's about 2/3 on the back leg and 1/3 on the front leg. So most of my weight is still on this back leg. I could even really lift that front leg if I needed to. Yes? Let's do this a couple more times. Ready? And up and over. Softening into the shape. In and up. Up and over. Soften. Look over your shoulder. In and up. Up and over. In and up. Up and over. In and up. 2 more times. See if you can find even more length on the side that's arcing. In and up, and keep both arms down the sides. That's it. Very good. We're going to do one more exercise for our hips now. So our hips can really hold the music. And in some styles of flamenco, including Tientos, the hips are really important to capturing the feel and the swing of the music. So we're going to start, you can start to your right. Take your left leg out to the left. Remember that, press into the foot, toe ball heel. I'm going to sit in this right hip. I'm going to imagine I'm digging with this left hip bone, as if I could just scoop some dirt from beside me with the hip bone. So I dig and scoop. And uno, right foot in. And step left, right foot in. And uno, y dos. One more time. Uno. Other side, pressing into the right foot. Scoop with the right foot, left foot comes in. And uno, y dos, y uno, y dos, y uno, y dos, y uno. Other direction. Uno, y dos, y uno, y dos, y uno, y dos, y uno. To the right. And uno, y dos, y uno, y dos. Feel the connection of the foot to the floor. Press through the foot. Other side. Keep lifting in your upper body. Uno, y dos, uno. Last time to your right. Press into the floor. So there's a little resistance against the hips. Push and up and push and up. So we'll do this one more time. And one thing I notice a lot when I teach beginner students is they want to move their hip right away. So they step and move the hip at the same time. I actually can't see you all well enough from right here, right now, if you're doing this. So if you're not, great. But what makes flamenco different than salsa or other forms of Latin dances, Hispanic dances, is there's this resistance through the hip. That I don't just pick my hip up and move it right away. But I resist moving the hip as long as I can, and then scoop. And press to the hip, and then bring it up. So let's try that one more time. I'm both pushing through my hip and through my foot, and that helps me sort of draw out the time before I move my hip to that side. So here we go. And uno, y dos, y uno, y dos. And press and uno, y dos, y uno, y dos, y uno, y dos, and hold. Very good. So we're going to go ahead and move to the tientos phrase that I have for you today. So first we're going to learn how to play the tientos palmas. So tientos is counted in 4s or in 8s, and it's a very slow rhythm. So it can be easy to kind of get lost in sort of this sweeping slowness of it. And this is why it's really important to listen to the rhythm, to listen to the guitar, to know where you are. So the palmas, I'm going to stomp on count 1, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So I clap on 2 and 3, 4. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. Good. So you see that it's very drawn out. And just as a reminder, the type of palmas I'm using right now are called palmas sorda. Sorda means deaf or muted. So I have my hands cupped and I get this very muffled sound. And that's pretty typical for tientos, to use these muffled palmas, except when the dancer is doing very, very strong footwork. So let's try some palmas with some music. This is a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great. So we're going to learn a little verse of tientos. Any questions about the palmas or the rhythm or anything we did in the warm-up?
Where's the accent?
Where is the accent? So similar to, if you're familiar with tangos, it's loud, soft, soft, loud, loud, soft, soft, loud, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. And our sort of magic number in tientos, when we close a phrase, it depends on the type of step you're doing, but is also on a 7, similar to tangos. It also depends on the way you're counting it, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 is left hanging in the air. But the accents, there's some freedom when the dancers go into double time, and we'll do one step that goes a little bit into double time, so you'll get a feel for this. When the dancers go into double time, when there's a break in the singing, there's a lot more rhythmic freedom. They're not so tied to the slowness of it and can really fill in the beats and the timing. Any other questions so far about tientos? All right, so let me play for you the verse that we will be doing.
Good
No me quiere a mí. 6, 7, 8. Te llevo en mi pensamiento. 5, 6, 7. It goes into double time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5. Que tú no me quieres a mí. Te llevo en mi pensamiento, mi día será un tormento. So you get the idea there. So let's go ahead and start learning this. So we're going to start with the step that we already learned, this up and over. We're going to take a full 8 counts to do this to our right side. So the music will come on, and when the verse starts, up and over. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 5, 6, 7, 8. To the left for 4. 1, 2, up, 2, 1, 2, and up, 2. So we'll do that one facing front. We have up and over. Take a full 4 counts to come down and a full 4 counts to come up. And then half time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on that last 8, you can have a little bit of an accent as you bring your arm up. So let's just try that much with the music so you can really hear it. 6, 7, 8. Up and over. No me quiere a mí. Half time. Te llevo en mi pensamiento. That's it. Any questions about that? No questions. All right, so good, right, left, right, arm up. I'm gonna do a golpe. Remind you that our golpe is a stomp with our left foot. We'll do just the legs first. As I golpe with my left, my right foot will slide out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just that much. So golpe with the left, right foot slides out. And 1, 2, step back right, together left. Again, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 2, 3, 4. Again, 2. So we'll do that 3 times. Each time, golpe with the left. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. I'm going to take 3 steps with my right foot. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 steps. So my third time, 1, step back right, step side left, step to your left corner with the right foot, and I'm going to pivot and step to my left. So now I'm facing my back corner. Let's try that last bit again. So from the third golpe on the left, 1, cross back, 2, step 3, step 4, pivot, 5. Again, golpe on 1 with the left, and 1, cross back, 2, step left, 3, step right, and pivot. Again, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, pivot, 5. That's it. With the 2 golpes before that. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, same exact thing. Ready, and golpe left, slide right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any questions on the legs? All right, we will go ahead and add the arms. So we finished with our arms up. And I'm gonna imagine that I'm tossing something to the side, kind of like, I don't know, shaking my hands at someone or throwing something in that direction. So my palms, let me get this a little closer so you can see, my palms sort of make two gentle fists, and then I throw them outwards. So that's what I'm gonna do on the golpes. So arms finish up, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, again, and step back, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the last part with a turn, my third golpe to the side, 1, step back, step left, right arm and right leg come forward to this corner, and as I pivot, my left arm will come forward. So left arm, left leg. Let's try that much again. Arms begin up, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Same arm as leg. That's it. Again, ready, same thing, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try it with the marking step that comes beforehand with no music for now. So starting to our right, arms are up, reach up and over, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, half time left, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, here we go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Let's try our golpes just a hair faster. From the golpe left, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Let's go ahead and try this much with music and see if you can hear what's happening in the verse when the singing stops. Up and over. The left. Golpe left. Any questions? So what happened to the singing when we started our golpe series?
I guess it stopped, right?
It stopped. Yes, you got it. Nothing happened in the singing. It stopped. So this is typical of many verse structures in flamenco, that after 1 or 2 lines, there's a break in the singing. And in that break, we as dancers have a chance to respond to the singing, and we can put in a rhythmic section. And in some of these slower styles of flamenco, like Tientos, we go into double time there. So you can actually hear the guitar playing. He's not playing the 1, 2, and 3, 4, but 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, right? So he starts playing double time to match what the dancer would be doing. So let's try that again and really listen to the guitar, especially when the singing breaks. And when the singing is happening, see if you can match the quality of the voice with your body. So you have all this time for these up and overs, especially that first one. As the voice is being drawn out, we can also draw out this arc of our movement to match that. So let's try that again with music. Same thing. And I'll do it facing you all this time. Here we go. Same thing, one more time. We'll do it facing back. Any questions on that first section? See a couple of people coming up.
First one. Oh, sorry. So the very first one, when we start doing it with the verse here, it seems the right side is a little bit slower and the left happens quicker. Is that true?
Yes, that is very true. So the first one, I use a full 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then halftime. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So yes, that is correct.
Okay.
I think I saw someone else come up. Any other questions? One more time. Yeah.
For the first 8 counts. For the first 8 counts, I feel like I'm bending my left leg too much. Is it bent a little or a lot?
Oh, the left leg. It's bent.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to bend a lot. Because, well, you don't want to bend too low because that takes a toll on your legs, first of all.
Right.
But it's more about softening, so it's this like fountain up and over. So I just want a little bit of a softer base than if I kept my legs long, so I can soften into that shape. So it doesn't have to bend a whole lot. Let's do it one more time, and then I'll add a little bit more onto this. Take your time. All right, I'm going to add on the next marking step. So any step we have in flamenco that really is just marking time, keeping time, is called marcaje, which is a marking step, essentially would be the translation. So this next marking step is a very typical marking step in the Tientos style. So we just finished right, left. We're sort of facing our back corner or maybe our right side. There's a little bit of a breath to get into this. So I lift my arms, straighten my legs just a little bit, and I step out to the right. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So adjust my legs. I step right 1, use a little hip, 2, cross back, 3, step left, 4, step across, and. Again, the legs, 1, 2, cross back, 3, 4, and. Try it the left side, so left foot comes out, 1, 2, 3, 4, and. And you notice I'm really using my hip a lot here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 hip, 2, and 3, 4, and 1 hip, 2, hip, 3, 4, and 1 hip, this is where that hip motion really comes into play. And to be able to use my hips as effectively and as roundly as possible, I need a little bit of bend in my knees. So that gives me a little more range of motion as I'm using my hips. If my legs were long, it gives it a little more of a stiff feel, right? So I want this soft, smooth, rocking sensation to this. And we'll just add this on the side. Tientos, I find to be a very feminine dance for this very reason. And men do dance it, but not that often. It's definitely more common, I think, to see it danced by female dancers. So there still is a little kind of divide in the flamenco world. So let's try this a couple more times with the arms. I'll face back, starting with your right foot. There's a little breath to get into it. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 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 And let's go ahead and try this with the music. In reality, we're only going to do it once to the right and once to the left, but we'll do it a few times just to get a feel for it. And 1, doing it. And we'll only do it twice, once to the right and once to the left. So let's do it one more time without music, just a little bit faster. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and any questions on that step? All right, let's go on. So we just finished the left side, 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Just my legs. I'm going to take my right foot forward, take weight onto the right leg so you can step on the left, bring your feet in, and then it's as if I'm drawing an L, so I bring the right foot in, turn your hips to face your left side, and the feet are now facing the left. So you can imagine an L shape, and with your feet in neutral, that is the sort of that 90-degree angle of that L. So I have front, step left, in, out. And again, front, step left, in, out. Again, and front, step left, in, out. Again, and 1, 2, and 3, step 4, and 1, 2, and 3, step 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, step 4. I think we do that 3 times. I'll have to hear the music for sure. Let me add the arms. So, same arms as we've been doing down the side. I have out, left, in, and across. Arm comes up. And 1, 2, and 3, 4. Right arm again. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And 1, 2, and 3, 4. So my right arm just circles down and up, and I have a little bit of an accent as the arm comes across. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 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 1, 2, and 3, 4. Last time. 2, and 3, 4. hold. Any questions on that? All right, so we're gonna do our side-to-side marcaje. To the right, bum, 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 to the left, 2, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and then we'll go into that one. Let's try it with the music. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3. All right, so we're going to do it 3 times. On the 4th one, 1, 2, I'm going to turn all the way around with 2 steps. So I step back and I step to the front. So my 3rd one looks like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 4th one, 5, 6, and 7. Turn all the way back to the front. Let's do all 4 of those. Ready? And 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 2, 2, and 3, 4, and 3, 2, and 3, 4, and 4, 2, and 3, hold 4. That's it. Again, same thing. Ready? And 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 2, 2, and 3, 4, and 3, 2, and 3, 4, and last time, 2, and step. That's it. Let's go ahead and we'll do that one more time with the music and then add on. And let's go one time all the way from the very top with our big arc up and over, quick arcs, and then the golpe series. Here we go.
Que tú no me quieres a mí, te llevo en mi pensamiento. Que tú no me quieres a mí, te llevo en mi pensamiento. Mi vida será un tormento desde que vivo sin ti. Mi vida será un tormento desde que vivo sin ti.
All right, we're going to go on a little bit more so we can get through the rest of this verse. So really listen to the singing. On my second one of these, there's really an accent. So I'm going ahead and bringing that arm all the way up. And then I soften into the 3rd one. And then step back. I'm going to turn around my left shoulder now. So I step out with the right. And it's almost as if my right leg is like a paddle, taking me around my left foot. So I step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, feet together, 7. Again, so I pivot on the left ball of the foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, feet together, 7. My arms, so I just stepped up, both arms are overhead. I'm going to take my right arm down the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and together 7 arms come down to the hips. So let's try from our last front step back. Ready? And 5, 6, and 7 in a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's a little bit of this arc arc here as I go around in a circle. So you can see it, my hip is sort of the apex of that. There's that length in the right ribs. You can look under your arm as if you're looking out the window or under a branch. So let's try that just in a circle. So arms are up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From here, I'm going to step out with my right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I step out, I push into that leg, step with your left golpe, and the right leg circles around. So there's this big circular motion with the whole leg, the hip and the whole leg up and around. Let's try that again. So 1, 2, 3, I step on it, and then golpe on right. So push into the right foot to the side, golpe left, step right planta, and then take your weight onto it with a golpe. Again, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to step forward, 5, cross back 6, and then and 7, left, right. So that last part, we step side, big circle with a leg, step on the right foot, step left, cross back right, step to the left side, step to the right side. That much again, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And there's an up over at that ending. So 5 and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So if I'm nearing you, and 7. There is one of those arcs again, and 7. I'll look down towards that right side. So let's try that from our circle, our paddle turn circle. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 together, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the arms on that last part, I hear you. With the hip, my right arm is out with the right in front of me, so I have a little bend in my elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4. With my left side, as if I'm scooping something up. 5, 6, and 7. So right arm scoops up, left arm scoops up, over, and I look to my right. Let's try it from the paddle turn. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Any questions about the movements up to there? See someone coming up. Last step again. All right, so the last step, the part with the hip, 1, dig to the right, step forward, take all your weight onto the right leg, then step directly forward with the left, cross back right, step left, and step right. So with my arms on that last part, same arm as leg, keep the left arm up, keep the left arm, now it's trying to carve down, and then everything settles to my right side. Again, a little bit faster, so it starts on count 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Does that help? Let's try it from the very, very beginning and really think roundness, volume. How much volume can you have under your arms? How round can you make the movements in your hips? How smooth can you make everything except for the golpes? over.
No me quiere a mí, te llevo en mi pensamiento. Que tú no me quieras a mí, te llevo en mi pensamiento. Mi vida será un tormento
In a circle.
desde que vivo sin ti. Mi vida será un tormento desde que vivo sin ti.
I forgot the very last part. I'll add that in a second. Any questions up to what I have taught? So we will do it a couple more times. Let me just add this last little bit. So we got this, sort of this last climax in the verse. We match that with our body. Bum, 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 bum. I'm just gonna lift this right leg, one, pivot slightly, 2, 3, and back to my center position. So I've already reached my big climax and sort of started to come down. So I don't want to do any big movements. I just want to settle into the end of the verse and close the verse, coming back into my neutral position. Let's try the whole thing for the beginning a couple of times. Easy this time and
Que tú no me quieres a mí, te llevo en mi pensamiento. Que tú no me quieres a mí, te llevo en mi pensamiento. Mi vida será un tormento desde que vivo sin ti. Mi vida será un tormento desde que vivo sin ti.
let's do it again. I'll face back. Here we go.
Que tú no me quieres a mí, te llevo en mi pensamiento. Que tú no me quieres a mí, te llevo en mi pensamiento. Mi vida será un tormento desde que vivo sin ti. Mi vida será un tormento.
Did we all miss that? I forgot the turn in the circle. That was me. Let's try this one more time. And I knew it because my climax in the dance didn't reach the climax in the verse. Let's do this one more time. The whole thing.
Que tú no me quieres a mí, te llevo en mi pensamiento. Que tú no me quieres a mí, te llevo en mi pensamiento.
questions on that? It's a lot of information. But it's definitely, so Farruca, which we did last week, is also in fours and relatively it's not as slow as Tientos, but it has a similar tempo, but totally different feel in the music, which is what asks for those very linear lines. And if you had a chance to watch the Antonio Gades video I sent, you really see these very strong linear lines. So this, although it's a similar rhythm in fours or eights, totally different feeling, which requires a completely different movement quality to it. So I will once again send you all the recording of this class, so if you want to practice this verse, you can do that. And I'll also send a couple of examples of dancers dancing a full dance of Tientos. You can really get a sense of what a full Tientos dance looks
How
like.
do you spell that?
Tientos. I need to put it in.
Tientos.
And the Spanish word tientos, or to do something a tientos, is to like feel your way in the dark. So like if you get up in the middle of the night to do something and you have to kind of feel your way along, you're walking a tientos, like carefully, or a lot of times they'll describe a blind person walking a tientos, like feeling their way through something. I don't know if that's why this dance is named that. I don't actually know the etymology of the Flamenco tientos, but that is the Spanish meaning of the word. I'll have to look that up for you all, or someone can look that up for me. Any other question?
So when
Yes.
we double the speed, so when there's a blank, we double the speed. So the palmas should double as well.
Yes, typically they will double as well. And I took a remate that I actually frequently use in tientos. I'll do the one that I use. So I actually doubled that a little more, but you guys got the accent. So if I were to keep it really full, the palmas would definitely need to be claras, or really sharp, clear palmas, to match the volume of my feet in that case. Since this version of that isn't quite as full, you could actually keep sordas, but the palmas would need to double there. Everything kind of goes in a double time. But the guitarist still takes the full slow 8 to go through the chord cycle, typically. So that's one way we can also know where we are. So the guitar is still hitting the slow 8 accents, or doing the slower 8 chord cycle, even if he's hitting double time accents. So that's one way we kind of keep that underlying groove even when we go into double time. Any other questions? All right. Well, I know how to get to flamenco studies. So do some of you. So I will see you all next week, if not sooner, and I will send you these videos probably later this evening. All right.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you all.